Hello everyone, so it's been 4 months since I started my Mounjaro journey and this channel Man Does Mounjaro. So I think it's about time I gave you my 4 month update, and I'm not going to lie, it's really surprised me. So now I'm going to share the good, the bad and everything in between, and if you stick around at the end of the video I'll leave my 4 top tips for using Mounjaro. So before we get stuck into any of that, just a quick reminder as to why I started my Mounjaro journey. When I started I was 22 stone 11, and at the moment I am 18.6. So I've lost approximately 60 pounds, I think it is. Nearly 4.5 stone, so more than happy with that. Started my journey because, I'll be honest, I felt awful. I'm quite a big lad, I'm 6'3", and I sort of carried it really well, if I'm honest. If you think rugby player sort of physique, that's where I was at. But what I did notice is that my mobility was getting worse. I was getting aches and pains, where a man of my age at 53 shouldn't have aches and pains. And I just felt uncomfortable all the time. Couldn't really get a lot of nice clothes, so you know you can get sizes where it's a little bit bigger, like brands, that sort of stuff. But you can't just walk into a shop and buy anything off the shelf because they generally don't have anything bigger than 2XL. So that was my motivation for starting. I wanted to get myself healthier, get myself fitter, and get more mobility back. Also, before we go any further, I just want to mention a big shout out to anyone that's been following my journey. When I started this, I never expected to get the amount of subscribers and likes and comments that I did. It was really more about documenting my journey so that I could look back and see my progress. But it's been absolutely fantastic, the support I've had from the Mounjaro community and obviously people outside the community as well. It's blown my mind. If any of you aren't subscribing, then it would be amazing if you could subscribe to my videos and then also like the video and obviously leave a comment down below. So as I said just now, my weight loss at the moment is 60 pounds. Started at 22.11 and I'm now 18.6, and it's made a huge difference to me, massive difference. I just feel more confident, I just feel more comfortable in myself, I've got more energy, I'm sleeping better, I'm not snoring like I was either, so that's a bonus. Clothing, I've got access to so many different clothes brands now, brands that I wouldn't normally wear, or I would have to buy the biggest size they did, like 3XL, 4XL. It's made such a huge difference to my life, and it's not always just about the weight you've lost either, it's about how you feel. Being able to walk into a shop knowing you can pick up a hoodie and it's going to fit, or you can pick up a t-shirt and it's going to fit, it really does make such a big difference. I'm guessing I'm looking fitter, I'm looking healthier, but I really do feel it, and that's where it really hits you. I will try and pop a before and a current picture. I'm not going to call it an after because I'm not finished yet, so I'll try and pop a before photo on the screen and a side by side of me at the moment. Be warned, I probably will be in my pants, so prepare yourself for that. And hopefully you can see the difference that being on Mounjaro for the last 4 months has made. Right, I also wanted to speak about some unexpected truths during this journey. Side effects. I've mentioned constipation, mentioned it quite a few times. Still get it from time to time. I'm not as regular as I was before I started, but then less going in here, less coming out there. So that kind of makes sense, I guess. But we're talking probably once a week I might struggle. I have noticed, and I've mentioned that on a previous video as well, piles. That's come on in the last month or so, so I think maybe that's a side effect of the constipation. I'm not really sure. Maybe someone would know who's watching this video. They'd be able to leave me a comment down below, because any advice in that sort of department would be really, really helpful, and it'd be much appreciated. Other unexpected truth, side effects, slight headache on jab day, that's gone as well now. Appetite change, massive difference. Don't think about food like I used to all the time. Appetite, can't eat like I used to. There was that in McDonald's, yeah, that, is it the Big Arch burger that was out for a month or two in the UK over the summer. 1,500 calories for that and the fries. Couldn't finish it. Absolutely blew me away, it did. But I was unable to finish that. So it's made a massive difference for appetite and food noise. It's amazing being able to live your life without thinking about food all the time. Social situations. Been to a couple of weddings over the summer, barbecues, that sort of thing, and normally I would just make an absolute pig of myself. Not done that at all. It's been a game changer, it really has. I would normally, you go to a barbecue, help yourself to a sausage, go back and get another sausage, get a burger, get another burger. Before you know it, you're absolutely stuffed. Go to a barbecue now, have one burger maybe, and a bit of salad. So yeah, it's really is a huge difference. And that's a few of the unexpected truths during this journey. What lessons have I learned on this journey so far in the last 4 months? Well, I've kind of don't expect instant results, but for me, the appetite and the food noise was instant, and then the weight loss followed that as I carried on the journey. So I know from what I've read and what I've seen on YouTube, that sort of stuff, a lot of people don't have the instant results that I had. So if you're thinking of starting, then don't expect it to be instant. Just in my case, it was. Meal planning massively helps out. I normally do my lunch for work the night before and work to a menu in the evening and try and stay consistent in my meal planning so that I'm not going to stray from the healthy guidelines that I'm sort of living my life by now. The other thing to remember is try and stay consistent with your jabs. I always take it at the same time, same day every week. And I have been using a super easy app called Pep, which has really helped me out. It gives me a reminder when my jab's due. You set it up on your phone, it'll come up with a notification to tell you when it's due. It gives you a countdown, and it just makes it so much easier to track your jabs. I mean, we're all busy people, we've all got busy lives, and some days you don't know whether you're coming or going, and you always want to take your jab at the right time, I always think. I know they say you can take it 24 hours either way, but when I'm using the Pep app, it just makes life so much more organised for me, and it just allows me to track it, and it tracks my dosage levels as well. So if there's days when I am feeling a little bit hungry, I just look at the app, I can see, oh, it's because you're on the drop side of the curve. You know you're due in a day or two, and that makes a big difference. So if you download the Pep app and use my code MDM, then it really is the one-stop shop for all your Mounjaro needs. It literally allows you to track everything. You take a photo of your food, it estimates the calories, you can upload photos of yourself so you can see your progress, and I really wish I started using it at the beginning of my journey rather than sort of 7-8 weeks in, because it would have been a game changer if I'd been able to use it from the start, just to see the progress as you upload your photos. So once again, if you download the app, it is use affiliate code MDM, you'll get money off the app, and you'll also get a free trial. So looking forward, this is always going to be the tricky part for me, because I'm not sure when I'm going to come off Mounjaro. I never set a goal. I just wanted to get to the point where I felt like I was comfortable, felt like I was healthy, felt like I was where I wanted to be. Whereas realistically, I wish I'd set a goal weight. I was 22.11 when I started. I wish I'd gotten right when I'm 17. I'm going to start coming off Mounjaro. Didn't do that, but I need to see where it's going to take me. So I'm going to carry on taking it, and I'm going to carry on doing these updates and carry on sharing any knowledge or experiences I learn along the way. So the next big update video will be my 5-month update, and then I'll do a similar video where I, warts and all, honest and frank, let you know exactly where I'm at. But as it stands at the minute, I'm still on 3.75 milligrams, as I have been since week 5. I had a bit of a wobble last week because I felt old school, greedy, sort of hungry. but decided to stay on 3.75 in the hope that it was just a one-off. So we'll see how this week goes, and then we may end up increasing our dose to 5. In respect to dosage levels and continuing to take Mounjaro now, that's the tricky one for me, because as I previously said, I never set a goal, but I do know I can't take this forever. About making those lifestyle changes now, learning new habits, and hopefully being able to keep those new habits when the time does come for me to eventually come off Mounjaro. But let's just see what the future brings at the moment, shall we? Right, so I said if you stuck around, I would share my top 4 tips for using Mounjaro. So that's 1 tip for every month I've been on it. What you don't want to do when you lose weight, and you are losing it relatively fast on Mounjaro, you don't want to lose muscle. So tip number 1 is exercise. Now, I don't do a huge amount of cardio. I do weights in the gym, and I feel like it's made a huge difference to me. There's someone in work who says to me, you don't want to end up fat, skinny. And that really resonates with me, because as I lose weight, I want things to start toning up and things to go where they're supposed to go. So top tip number 1, exercise. Top tip number 2 goes hand in hand with the exercise, is increase your protein. If you're taking Mounjaro, you really need to be increasing your protein. I aim for about 150 grams a day. If you've watched my video, A Day in the Life, Everything I Eat, and I will try and pop a link up here somewhere, you'll notice that I'm eating a lot of protein. 1, it helps you stay fuller longer, and 2, it helps you build muscle. So all that gym work from top tip number 1 is going to be benefited by top tip number 2, eating all that protein. And that leads me quite nicely into top tip number 3. So top tip number 3 is track your calories. It's so important that you track your calories, because, and it's not because I think you're going to overeat or because I'm going to overeat. I track my calories because I need to make sure I'm getting enough calories. And I've had a few difficult days where, and you'll get them as well if you're on the Mounjaro journey, where you are struggling to get calories in because you're not hungry, you've got no appetite. If you track your calories, at any given point you can see where you are in the day, and if you need to eat, you can make yourself eat. There's a couple of apps that you can use to track your calories, and obviously I've been using Pep to track mine because I've got an affiliate code which is MTM. But there's bags of apps out there that you can use to track your calories, and they'll break down your macros as well, so you can make sure you're getting enough protein. For me, I try and avoid carbs anyway, so it's all about protein, protein, protein. So tip number 4 is a little bit of a trickier one. So it's top tip number 4, and it's negativity. If you're on a Mounjaro journey, or you're thinking about taking Mounjaro, you're going to get negativity. You're going to get it from people in work, you're going to get it from friends and family, and you're going to get it from strangers on YouTube. You need to keep sight of the fact that this is your journey. My journey is different than your journey is different than your friend's journey. Try and stick to the basic rules of taking Mounjaro. You don't need to be buying it off of Facebook and all the rest of it, so buy it from an approved supplier. You are going to get those people saying you're going to make yourself ill. You don't know what's in it, what's the long-term effects going to be. It happens a lot, and you've just got to deal with it. People telling you shouldn't be doing it, it's just, there's a lot of negativity surrounding it, and I know a lot of people take Mounjaro in secret as well. Obviously that's your choice if that's what you want to do, no problem whatsoever. I've always been open about this since I started it, and I still get the negativity. I was at a social event recently and someone said to me, "Oh, you've lost a lot of weight." I said, "Yeah, I'm taking the Mounjaro injections." "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that, it's bad for you, you make yourself ill, you know." Well, I think being obese was making me ill. This feels like it's making me better. Anyway, you don't need to lose much more. Well, I probably do, because it's not where it needs to be just yet, is it? So I'll make those decisions, not you. So you will get negativity. Ignore it if you can. So to summarise the video, I started at 22 stone 11, I'm now 18.6, I'm 60 pounds down. If you want to see where month 5 takes me, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.